up, my comic comrades? As I keep saying at the beginning of every video, everyone here at Variant hopes you guys are staying safe and healthy. But before I get into today's episode, I do want to mention one more time the fundraiser we're doing for feedingamerica.org. They're an awesome organization that's helping putting food on less fortunate families' tables right now. And over the last several weeks, we've teamed up with them to help raise money for these families in need. So at the bottom of this video, my left, your right, you'll see a blue donate button. Anything you could give, I'm sure these families would greatly appreciate it, even if it's just $1. Again, I've said it in the past, we understand everyone has a different financial situation, but if you do have the means to help out, these families would greatly appreciate it. With that said, as for today's episode, back in February, we did an episode on the most powerful weapons in the Marvel Universe. And in that episode, I told you guys we would eventually do one on the most powerful weapons in the DC Universe. Well, guess what? Today is that day. But before I jump into that, I do want to preference, just like the Marvel version of this episode, some of the items on this list are just that. Items, and not necessarily your standard weapons like swords, batarangs, and things of that nature. But since items are more than often used as weapons in comics, we figured some of them counted, so they're on this list. With that said, let's start talking about the 10 most powerful weapons in the entire DC universe. Kicking this list off is the Cosmic Staff, which was originally called the Gravity Rod and first appeared in Adventure Comics 61 in April of 1941. Yeah, this thing is super old, and it was created by the first Starman, Ted Knight, and is capable of collecting energy that radiates from the stars. This energy gives the staff incredible powers like gravity manipulation, allowing its wielder and others to fly, magnetic manipulation, enabling it to repel living beings and objects to and from itself, and also incredibly strong force fields and energy projection blasts. The staff also possesses energy absorption and atonement, meaning the staff can tune itself to its current wielder, making it very difficult for the staff to be used by anyone else. And in pre-Crisis continuity, it possessed dimensional travel. Needless to say, it's easy to see why this makes the list. Next up is Aquaman's Trident, most referred to as the Trident of Neptune, first appearing in More Fun Comics issue 90. Aquaman's Trident of Neptune was forged by a Cyclops out of adamantine and Neptune's own essence. The Trident is indestructible and possesses great magical power, and as I'm sure most people know, the wielder of the Trident rules Atlantis as well as the Seven Seas. You know, just around 70% of the world. What I'm saying is the Trident gives you control over possibly the most powerful army on Earth, the Atlanteans, as well as the ability to control and manipulate water. Aquaman could literally flood the entire Earth if he wanted to, all Noah style, and there's not a dang thing we could do about it. But that's not even the end of it. Like I said earlier, the Trident possesses magical abilities, giving it the power to control and manipulate weather, like unleashing thunderstorms, rain, and lightning, as well as the capability of dispersing energy from the staff in the form of bolts and force fields. In short, when you think of the most powerful weapons in the DC universe, Aquaman's Trident is easily at the forefront. Next on the list is the Mother Box, making its first appearance in Forever People issue 1 in March of 1971. The Mother Box is a device/weapon that are essentially sentient supercomputers mainly used by Jack Kirby's New Gods, and they seemingly have an endless amount of capabilities due to the fact that they're connected to the freaking source itself. Anyway, here's a list of some of the Mother Box's abilities to really drive home just how powerful these things are. A Mother Box's most famous ability is summoning boom tubes, but it has other abilities like matter transmutation, energy manipulation, force field creation. It can heal people, gravity control, levitation, illusion casting, emotion control, which that's just a freaking crazy one, fire manipulation, telekinesis, phasing, and dimensional manipulation. Now I know what you're thinking. If the Mother Box is number 8 on this list, how powerful are numbers 7 through 1? Well, we're about to find out. At number 7 is the Spear of Destiny, which first appeared in Weird War Tales issue 50 in February of 1977. The Spear of Destiny is the holy lance that was used to pierce Jesus Christ's side during his crucifixion. And because of Jesus' divine blood covering the spearhead, said spear became a divine super weapon with incredible supernatural powers. Some of those abilities include raising the dead as well as soul control, something Shang Tsung would be very proud of. The Spear of Destiny is so powerful, it's one of the very few things that could harm or defeat the Spectre, which is crazy as the Spectre is the living embodiment of God's wrath. Point in case, both Superman and Shazam have used the Spear of Destiny to take on the Spectre. Now I couldn't talk about the Spear of Destiny without at least mentioning that in DC continuity, Hitler used the spear to stop superheroes from intervening in World War II. So that's a little fun fact for you. Rounding out the bottom 5 is the Mobius chair, first appearing in New Gods issue 1 in March of 1971. Now at this point, some of you are asking, how is a chair on this list, Arris? To which I say, do you even watch pro wrestling? Chairs are crazy powerful weapons. Okay, all kidding aside, as the saying goes, knowledge is power, and the Mobius chair is just that, knowledge, making it an incredibly powerful weapon in the wrong hands, or in this case, the wrong butt. The chair belongs to the new god Metron, who perhaps is the most intelligent being in all of DC. Metron made the Mobius chair, which is essentially just a floating throne that's capable of moving through space and time. That alone makes this chair extremely powerful, but Metron also imbued said chair with nigh-omniscient knowledge of the gods. What this basically means is that anyone who sits on the chair can use it as an encyclopedia of knowledge for anything and everything, including future events. For instance, when Batman sat on the Mobius chair, he asked the chair what the Joker's true name was, and it told him. They never revealed what that name is, but the point is, Batman now knows because of the chair. So I'd say a chair that can tell you anything and everything past and future is an extremely powerful weapon. Next on this list is the White Lantern Power Ring, first appearing in Blackest Night issue 7 in February of 2010. Now the Power Rings in general, no matter what Lantern Corps you're talking about, could have easily all been clumped into number 5 as they're all power rings. Each core just draws from a different part of the emotional spectrum, such as willpower, hope, fear, rage, and so on and so forth. So technically all the other Lantern Rings would be number 5 as well. But the most powerful of all the power rings is easily the White Lantern Ring, as the white light is the combined power of the 7 light-based cores. That's right, this ring is all the rings in one. In a nutshell, the White Lantern Ring gives the user one of the strongest emotions in existence, the will to live. The power ring is so powerful it could override all the other power rings and turn them temporarily white. It also gives its user the ability to resurrect the dead. What I'm really saying is the White Lantern Power Ring makes the user godlike. At number 4 is the Helmet of Fate, first appearing in More Fun Comics issue 55 in May of 1940. Now this is more of a magical artifact, but given the powers it bestows to its host, it can be argued it's a weapon of sorts. As a weapon, by definition, is a thing designed or used to inflict bodily harm or physical damage. And the Helmet of Fate can most definitely be used to inflict harm or physical damage. The helmet was created by the Lord of Order Naboo. Whoever puts on said helmet gains the powers of Naboo and becomes Dr. Fate, the Sorcerer Supreme. This means when you put it on, you gain the knowledge of all occult and mystical spells in the universe, and then a crap ton of other powers. The list of powers this helmet gives you is insane. We're talking flight, levitation, phasing, astral projection, energy manipulation, telekinesis, damage resistance, enhanced strength, cosmic awareness, magical detection, energy blasts, super speed, interstellar teleportation, transmutation, immortality, solid energy constructs, time travel, and so much more. Has Superman ever worn the Helmet of Fate? I don't think he has, at least not in main DC continuity. I could be wrong, but could you imagine? And this brings us to the top 3, and at number 3 is the Miracle Machine, first appearing in Adventure Comics issue 367 in April of 1968. The Miracle Machine was created by the Guardians of the Universe and was eventually given to the Legion of Superheroes. But what exactly makes this weaponized machine so powerful? Well, the fact that it turns thoughts into reality, meaning it's an advancement in willpower technology, which isn't shocking considering the Guardians of the Universe made it and they created the Green Lantern Corps, which is all about willpower. Anyway, since it turns thoughts into reality, it's extremely powerful, but more so than that, extremely dangerous, because if the wrong person got their hands on it and were to, let's say, think a planet or universe out of existence, this machine would make it so. So the fact that the Miracle Machine can turn any thought into reality, meaning it can make anything so, is why it's number 3. Runner-up on this list is the AntiLife Equation, first appearing in Forever People issue 5 in November of 1971. It's kind of funny that runner-up on this list isn't a super powerful gun, sword, batarang, hammer, or anything physical for that matter, but rather an equation. In summary, the AntiLife Equation is a mathematical algorithm or formula that saps beings of their free will through the equation, making life, hope, and freedom pointless. Essentially, the AntiLife Equation allows anyone who knows it to subjugate the souls of all beings in the universe, and the kicker is, no one is immune to its effects. Now, the AntiLife Equation is closely tied to Darkseid because he was the first one to complete it, and then use it to control whoever he wanted. But that's what the equation does. Anyone who knows it can enslave whoever they want. I do want to mention the only reason the Miracle Machine didn't beat out the AntiLife Equation for the number 2 spot is because the Miracle Machine is still a physical object, meaning it could be broken and destroyed. While the AntiLife Equation is just that, a mathematical equation. You can't hold it or destroy it. It's literally knowledge. Once you know it, you know it. Meaning you could do some serious harm once you know it. Anyway, let's find out what number 1 is. And number 1 on our list, the most powerful weapon in the DC universe, is Element X, or 10th Metal, first appearing in New Gods issue 7 in March of 1972. 10th Metal was introduced to us a long time ago, but was made relevant again and popular in Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo's Metal event. Element X is known as Fire of the Gods, as it's the metaphysical substance discovered by the New Gods. It's the very power source of their technology, such as mother boxes and father boxes. Literally everything within the multiverse is made from Element X, in its least concentrated form. But here's the real kicker, if that wasn't enough. Whoever possesses this substance has the power to rewrite the very nature of reality on any scale they choose. But it doesn't just give you the power to reshape reality, it gives the user the ability to shape and materialize anything they could think of. It's the miracle machine on crack. 10th Metal also gives power augmentation, magnifying the user's strength by the measure of their will. Basically, they can become as strong as their mind allows them. It also gives its users clairvoyance, precognition, and cosmic awareness. In short, Element X or 10th Metal makes you a god. It's literally called the metal of pure possibility. And what could be more powerful than pure possibility? And just like that, that is our list of the 10 most powerful weapons in the entire DC universe. But I'm sure you guys have a different list, so let us know what your list would be in the comment section down below. Well, my comic comrades, it's that time once again where we have to wrap this episode up. But fret not, I'll see you guys in a few days when I talk about all things comics.